did the very best that they possibly could. You know, made the best albums that they possibly could under circumstances. You know, toured as much as they could. You know, under the circumstances, and you know, really just gave a lot to our fans and everyone who cared about us.
Especially from the beginning of 90s, loving and criticizing Metallica are both privileges. How can you manage to be an all-time favorite band and to be reacted this much at the same time? And are there any new names, new bands who you like or criticize recently?
Well, I mean, you know, the whole criticism, the whole love-hate relationship that Metallica seems to have with their fans is something that's been there ever since our second album came out. You know, Kill 'Em All was kind of a marker as to what our fans could compare it against. Like when Ride the Lightning came out, like people were saying it's not as fast as Kill 'Em All. You know, when Master of Puppets came out, they said, oh, it's not as good as Ride the Lightning, and so on and so on. So I mean, we learned really early on that you can't listen to any of that stuff. It just gets in the way of being creative and trying to accomplish what you're trying to do, and try to, you know, go down the road that you've picked for yourself. And we also realized very early on that we're actually creating this music for the four of us, and you know,
for the rest of the world.
Well, you know, the rest of the world has the option to either like it or not like it, and that's cool either way. You know, you're either in for the ride or you step off the bus. You know, that's how we tend to look at it.
For example, you will either find a cure for a very cruel disease for the benefit of the world, or you will make the world listen to your music, live an unforgettable lucky life as a Metallica member. Which one would you choose?
I would choose a cure.
The cure.
Yeah, because that's the kind of person I am. Yeah. I'd rather, you know, help people in the best way I can. And since I'm not a scientist, I just have to settle for being in Metallica.
The July issue of Kerrang! Magazine came with a very special tribute album. You contributed this Iron Maiden tribute, Made in Heaven, with Remember Tomorrow. If Iron Maiden would sing in a Metallica tribute, which song would you like to hear from Maiden?
You know, that's a very good question. I don't know. I'm not sure, but maybe just right off the bat, I think maybe they would be able to do a great version of Call of Cthulhu or something. Yeah.
Since 1990, you are one of the world's top 5 touring acts, and I wonder who is the greatest touring act according to you.
According to myself, well, I would have to say the Rolling Stones, because they're still doing it. I mean, they started in what, 1963, 1964 or something. And they're still on tour. Probably right now, you know, they're probably playing somewhere right now as we speak. And for me, that's pretty inspirational, because they're raising the bar as far as, like, you know, older rock acts still going out there and still working at a fairly high level, and so. Because those guys are doing it in their 60s. Maybe we'll still be able to do this when we're in our 60s. Though the thought is scary now, maybe it won't be so scary 15 years from now.
Maybe you are not aware of this, but with your first Turkey gig in 1993, you influenced the root of rock music in Turkey.
Oh, wow.
The second one was outstanding too, but no one's forgotten the first one. Do you remember anything about us, and what do you want to say to your Turkish fans? Lastly?
I remember that show in the 90s, and we thought it was just such a great honor to be here. I mean, we were checking out the fans and seeing how they reacted to our music, and we found that the fans here were just as passionate as anywhere else, you know, and they had a very unique way of showing their appreciation, you know, with just the way, you know, the way they made noise and reacted to James talking to them, and we thought that was super cool. You know, I remember the second time we played here. We played. I think we might even played this place. I'm not
This
sure.
place, uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was the second time.
Yeah,
Was here.
I thought it was very cool, and the audience became that much more intense. And so it'll be interesting to see how it is tonight and how they've come along tonight.
Wow.
And as for like a message for the Turkey fans or fans Turks, you know, Turkish fans, metal. That's all you really need.
Thank you very much. It was an honor for me to be able to talk with you. And I
Thank
have
you.
one last wish from you.
Sure.
Your first gig was also unforgettable for me. As a little girl, I was in the Snake Pit all by chance.
Nice.
Yes, and my Metallica T-shirt was full of spots from that night because Jason had spilled his beer on me.
Yeah.
I hung my T-shirt on the wall, but months later when I came from school, I found it in the drawer, washed, cleaned, ironed, and fixed by my grandma.
Oh.
So, if you don't mind, for the memory of that day, for the memory of tonight and my grandma, can you please sign my T-shirt?
Oh, absolutely. Just keep it out of the wash.
Yes, I won't wash it.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright. There you go. Personalized Metallica T-shirt.
T-shirt, yes.
2008. Yes. Okay. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Right.